Welcome. We thank you for listening with us today. We ask that you please stow away and secure all important items. There are no emergency exits. So, just sit back, relax, fasten your earbuds, and enjoy.
Coming to you from sunny Orlando, Florida, this is Funny to Informing.
Good evening. Welcome to Funny to Informing Live. This is episode 5. I'm John J. Bones. Please keep me anonymous. And that is my co-anchor, Chris Pizza Peisenberg Coleman.
I swear, every time you say it, it sounds like you say co-wanker.
Yeah. Oh man.
Am I co-anchor or co-wanker? Because one of those I will be. The other one, not so much.
I was trying to be like officially,
and
like
you were
official
officially
news.
official. It was great.
Yeah,
we need some professionally around here. Professionality around
maybe
here.
Maybe next week, since it's like on the video aspect, which this is one of the shows FTI Live always is. That we
FTI
do
Live number
on-
5.
Yeah, number 5. FTI Live number 5. And
FTI 5 Live is alive. I don't know what I'm saying.
it's always available on twitch.tv/Amplified Network or youtube.com/Amplified Network. That's where you can best find us. And I think on Facebook, when it's live, you can like catch it too.
So right
there's
now,
3 ways.
If you're watching this, watch it live. Wait, you already are.
Or-
Thank you for that.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you're listening on
Tell
the
a friend.
podcast, tune in next Thursday at 7 o'clock. We'll be live.
Yeah. Either tell a friend to subscribe if you're on the podcast version, or tell a friend right now to start listening as you see us going.
I'm glad you mentioned that. That brings up something real quick I've been wanting to say that we never really get to on the show. If you're listening on the podcast, or even if you don't listen on the podcast, go to the podcast feed and rate and review us. We haven't gotten any reviews in a while, and
Yeah.
just do it. It
And
helps us somehow.
And
I don't know.
Be
But
honest. Be honest though, because there's only 5 stars and
John's
only
always
1
like,
star.
John's always like, be critical. Don't,
Well-
man. Fuck, man. My feelings.
Come on, I know we're not 1 star, but I know we're not 5 stars.
Oh, well,
That's,
come on. If they want to go 5, you guys go 5.
You can if you want to. I'm not going to stop you, actually. Yeah, there's definitely a lot to get to. We have the Digi Hears in the back half. Like we have 3 of each, right? So we'll just be going back and forth.
Yeah,
with
we
those.
can we can tennis this bitch on out.
Yeah,
We'll
There
volley
we go.
them back and forth.
Yeah, and then we've spent most of the week together. I feel like
Yeah, we just did a bonus show together.
a bonus show,
And like a little extra long bonus show.
It was like 15 minutes over.
15 minutes
an
extra.
hour.
It felt, oh man, it was an hour and 15. It felt, oh my God, it felt all of 3 hours.
What? Well, because we did that.
It's a lot
and
of
then,
editing.
and then you came on.
Rocky was with us and he said horrible things.
Yeah, Rocky from What's the Fuss? Terrible show.
Listen, check it out. This guy, John Hannon, produces it.
Yeah, so I know it's
So
awful.
email him with your issues.
No, yeah, so he always does the bonus shows with us, but then you guested on an episode of What's the Fuss.
Yeah, I did What's the Fuss with you
196.
guys. 196. Always remember. That's the hashtag we made for it.
Yeah,
I think
so-
we called it Coke Sharts. It was
yeah.
it was a mess, but it was a great time, and that was a really funny episode. I don't listen to a lot of those episodes, especially ones I'm on. I normally don't go back and do that, but this one I remembered being funny, but I couldn't remember everything we were talking about because there was moonshine shots involved and some other
Yeah.
shit. So I was like, I remembered it as being funny. I walked out of the house feeling like, oh, that was really funny. I had a great time. I should listen when you dropped it. So you dropped it, and I went and listened, and it was really funny. Everybody involved was really funny. We had a good time.
And we talked about Halloween Horror Nights a little bit on that episode, but I wanted
did?
to go into it just a little bit more, which
we don't have
we can
time.
do later on too.
No time.
I'm glad I'm
I'm gonna
sitting.
bump that segment.
I'm glad I'm sitting like a little bit more away
We
from
have
you.
a sexy V in between us now.
Yeah.
You guys probably can't tell because the computer's blocking it, but
You can't tell what's going on behind this computer.
nope. But I'm glad you mentioned that. Quickly at the top, while we're still at the top of the show, John, quit dragging off
Sorry.
behind the computer. That's
Sorry.
gross. I'm gonna put up what we're now gonna call what we were calling the secret password, but that's been used before. It's now going to be called the buzzed word.
The
Because
buzzword.
yeah, you're to do a shot or have a drink every time you hear this word said. So John, please look away. John doesn't know this word. So as this word comes up and is said tonight, have a shot, have a drink with us every single time. I wish you luck. John Hannon's back.
Well, and then
he's back.
yeah, well, I guess you'll say the word at the end of the show. So that
Yes, at
everybody
the end of the
knows.
show, so the podcast listeners know what they need to catch up on. I will tell you what word.
Yeah. Oh, geez.
I will give you the
Okay.
buzzword once again.
Yeah, but we did just do our bonus episode, and that was our 10th one. And tell me if I'm crazy, but
Yep.
am I?
Oh.
Is it like? I feel like we celebrate like every little thing. Like when we had our 100th episode, we did the event or whatever.
Uh-huh.
But then we had like this is FTI Live, like the 5th one.
Yep.
Of the FTI Live. And I
FTI
feel
Live Jackson 5.
I feel like that's kind of important, or like a number to celebrate, like your 5th one, like
5,
yay.
yeah. We've made it, guys. 5 times we've been here and done
And
this.
then it's like we went extra hard for a 10th bonus
For
show.
the 10th bonus,
and it's
man.
like, is that even worth
You know what?
celebrating?
While we're mentioning the 10th bonus, it's funny you mentioned bonuses because we're going to try to do some more of those, even if it's just us two, just so that way we can have some extra content,
Yeah.
podcast on the podcast side. We remember we were talking about this at the bonus show. Maybe on some of these, we get like a little more real. Like we always goof around and bullshit and talk dick and fart jokes and shit jokes too. But maybe going forward, we talked about maybe some more serious topics. Not that we won't still make fun of each other and laugh at each other's pain or whatever, shitty pasts or whatever the fuck we bring up. But maybe that's an option on the table because I know everybody just takes me as a big fucking joke. So I got some real stories I can tell too.
Well, exactly. It's like we do kind of put ourselves out
I'm
there.
broken inside.
we do put ourselves out there a little bit, but
not a lot though.
But yeah, despite like sharing embarrassing stories or whatever, like
like
there
how you
are
puked in
other
a
things.
shower or pissed on your belt. It's
Yeah.
mostly John Hannon.
That's the
bodily fluiding himself or a brown paper bag.
That's the PG-13 of of my life. Stuff like that going
Okay.
on is not nothing.
Okay.
Not nothing.
But maybe that's something we thought about doing, as well as more go-to shows and stuff like that. So we're gonna get to all of that.
yeah, you know what I thought about doing?
What
recently?
did you do?
Uh,
Hi BT, I see you in the chat.
No, wait. Who's it? Yeah, who do we got in here?
BT, Adri, thanks for joining us, guys. Tell your
Yeah.
friends, put them in the chat too. Damn it.
We started a little late, but that's fine. If not everybody's listening live, so I'm sure most people can't even
What
tell.
would we be if not late?
I know. We're to everything.
We're nothing without lateness.
And
we have so many topics to get to tonight.
Is it? Yeah. Is it still a thing that like when you're late, it's cool? Is it still
It's
considered
fashionably
cool?
late. We've talked about this 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
We get a hell yeah from the producer, who also is late. So we're a great trifecta of shit, guys. Join us over at Amplified Network.
Yeah, it's nonstop.
We know
running
what
around.
we're doing. I promise.
It's
Question
like when,
mark.
It's like when the stock market's crashing. Everybody's running around going crazy right before we start. They're
Oh,
like,
man.
thank God I made it. I'm wiping the sweat off of me because I was running over here. And
But speaking of crashing, that's a terrible segue for where I'm going.
Whoa.
But I feel like let's just start rambling through these topics, and we have to start where everyone's talking this week, and we won't spend a lot of time on it. But I mean, it is, as we sit here and record the 12th, September 12th. So yesterday was the 18th.
Yeah.
I don't even want to say anniversary, but 18th year since the 9/11.
yeah, well, I mean, you
2001.
can say anniversary. It's not.
Can you?
It's not
Anniversary is something to be celebrated, I feel like.
I guess so.
I guess you still could because they say anniversary of D-Day, right? And anniversary of World
I
War
think so.
I. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I
like,
guess you
it's
could say anniversary.
It's usually taken in a
That's rough though.
celebratory.
That's a rough way to say it. But
Yeah, it's and it really is. I was still getting emotional yesterday. Like I sent a group message to like most of my family, and I was like, it's days like today that I refuse to forget because I know, who loves me and who I love, and I just wanted to say I love you guys because you never know when that's going to be the last time. So
Well, luckily we're only in the second story here tonight. I can jump and make it. Just saying.
Yeah, it'll. But anyways, yeah, it's important to bring that up.
sorry.
But
yeah, I felt like it was the obligatory thing that we had to like bring up, move past it, and now let's get to the funny and dumb bullshit.
Yeah, well, and this was one of the things because, like I was saying, I went to Halloween Horror Nights like all weekend, and I was staying at a hotel over there, and I found like a nice little secret parking trick that I don't have to pay for the
the hotel at
$25.
Universal, aka
right.
Fuck Time. We talked about this. We talked about
I'm
this
telling
on
you.
several shows.
No, but and because you were telling me, Us is one of my favorite movies of all time, and you
it's
gotta
a
watch
house
it.
this year.
Yeah, they have a house. I did it.
See, I have no interest in Halloween Horror Nights generally. It's a fucking giant waste of money and time if you don't get an express pass. The express pass is fucking expensive. It's just, for me, it's not worth my money. If I get free tickets, I will go. Hint, hint, John
Yeah,
Hannon.
okay,
okay. That being said, I do kind of want to go for two houses this year, Us House being the first and foremost, because I talked about it on this show, not on FTI Live, but on the podcast side only. Back in when that movie came out, and I saw it twice in theaters. Because I loved it so much, I talked about how much I loved it, and
it wasn't even you that made me want to watch it. Like, well, it kind of.
I told you so many times.
Yeah,
but you don't
like,
listen to me.
No,
Why would you?
Well, I watched it recently, but it was more because of the house that was at Halloween Horror Nights.
Okay,
You know, and I was like, I gotta watch it
you
before.
were going. So yeah, you knew you would get like the concept and the
Yeah.
themes and shit like that. Okay.
And,
well,
I mean-
what did you think of the movie first?
It was interesting to say the least. It really makes you think.
It's a thinker. It's a fucked up thinker. It's a mind fuck.
Yeah, it's not like jump
It's
scary.
not scary. There's a few jump scares, but that's about it.
No, it's more like a psychological,
Yeah.
like eerie. I don't know, like that kind of like off-putting horror. You know, like I don't even know what the word is I'm trying to look for right now, but it's like that horror that's like for like the uncomfortable kind, and that's
Okay.
kind of what it was. And it does make you think, and you're trying to wrap your head around the whole movie. But I think there was a lot of holes in it, which.
Okay,
You
and I
can't-
showed you those, like, what did you think about those, whatever, the little conspiracies?
Oh, like the fan theories
Yeah, the
and-
theories, the other theories on the story.
Well, they seem legitimate.
Yeah, it's cool, right? When you think about it that way?
Yeah, and you think Jordan Peele, like the producer, or do you
He's
think that was
super
intentional?
Smart. I don't know. I have no idea. Because that he's smart, and people loved Get Out. Like, people loved it. And I'll be honest, I saw Get Out after I saw Us, and I like Us better.
Really?
Yeah, I really do.
I mean, I think he's.
You know what? I will say this. Had I seen Get Out when it came out prior to me seeing Us, I probably would have liked Get Out better because it was like a first for what it was. It kind of opened the door. It was a black producer, writer, director. You know what I mean? Jordan Peele. He's bringing it from another perspective. Plus, he comes from a comedy only background for the most part.
Yeah.
So it was totally different for him to do what he did, and pretty much the whole cast was black, or at least the protagonist. Were black. The
Tyler Perry
antagonists were
kills
white.
everybody.
Right.
Or Madea kills everybody.
Yeah, so it was totally different. He kind of turned the genre on its ear a little bit. And I feel like had I watched it in its time, in its day in the theater, I probably would like it more because of it by itself.
Oh, anything in IMAX
but
is
it was
way
good.
better.
But that being said, I like Us better, I feel like.
Really?
Yeah, I
Okay.
really
That's
like that
interesting.
movie. It's one of my favorite
There were like
movies.
like a little bit of holes, and I mean, it's okay to have like plot holes or things that like aren't supposed to matter in the movie, you know,
Well-
because I was watching it with my girlfriend and a few other friends, and people were trying to like figure it out, and it's
Yeah.
and I
That-
instantly started thinking of the Pulp Fiction briefcase that they open
Oh,
up,
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
you
you
never
mentioned
know
that,
what's
yeah.
inside, but like who cares what's inside? That's not what you're supposed to be paying attention to anyway. You know what I mean?
True.
And they were just trying to figure out stuff that like really doesn't matter to what I think the message of the movie is supposed to be
Well,
anyway.
that's the thing, though. That's why you call them holes. I call them. And now sometimes there definitely are holes in a plot, or a movie doesn't hold up because of that. But I don't know. I feel like some of these things, especially when you watch some of the secondary and fan theories and things like that about what could have really been going on behind the plot that you're seeing.
right.
I feel like those are more, instead of being holes, they're more just open for adaptation or for your own. For what you and I could sit and watch it together and come away with two different theories on how we thought it all worked.
Yeah, it's interpretive.
Yeah, very.
or-
Yes, yours to interpret. I feel like maybe it was made that way,
Yeah.
or maybe it wasn't, and it just seemed like it wasn't, and it worked for me. Like
For horror, that's kind of hard to come by because it is a lot of like
right. Hence
slashing.
him being new and different and changing shit up. That's
Yeah,
why
'cause
I give it
it's-
a little more credence to that
I-
because
well,
of it coming from Jordan Peele.
I think if he keeps doing what he's doing, he's going to really come up as a director or producer.
doing very well right now.
Oh yeah, he can go down as like a legend if he keeps doing what he's doing. I don't know how long he's going to be able to keep it up for because I know he wanted to do it, but I'm sure he wants to get back into comedy too.
I hope so. I mean, I can't believe Key and Peele wrapped it up when they did. That was definitely the definition of early retirement, retiring on top.
Yeah,
But that's another story for another day, another show.
And the house to us was like it was extremely accurate. Most of the houses I've noticed at Halloween Horror Nights are really, really accurate.
Hell
to,
yeah, they are. They don't spare expense.
Oh my gosh,
for sure.
it's so cool.
Look
Yeah.
how much they're making.
Yeah, and that house it scared the shit out of my girlfriend. She was like kind of rushing through the rooms, and I like to appreciate, like
Yeah, like I want to take it all in.
I know
for sure.
Yeah, and she's like pulling my arm almost out of my goddamn socket, and just rushing through it. And I was like, I looked around a little bit, and I was like, this looks so cool, and it was extremely scary.
Well, the other house that I'm super interested in seeing if I go, which I probably won't, but would be the Ghostbusters house.
Yeah.
I had a friend post on Facebook, actually host of another local podcast, Table Talk, Mike from Table Talk,
Okay.
posted, and he's an effects
he
an
does, like,
effects makeup
makeup.
guy. Yeah, so he's worked there actually, and he knows the ins and the outs and knows all that shit. So I take his opinion pretty highly as a guy who's seen a lot of houses and knows his shit.
Yeah.
and he said the Ghostbusters house was his favorite house he's ever seen.
It's I haven't
Spoke
even,
very highly of it.
I've gone 3 different times now, and I still have not been able to get in that line because I don't like to wait in the long lines if I know I'm
Who
going to go
does?
back.
Why do you go then?
You know, well, I'm gonna. Yeah,
They're all long lines.
I go to put my shit in the lockers and wait in lines. That's it. That's my favorite part.
Ugh, yep.
No, so I haven't been able to do like Ghostbusters or Stranger Things, like more of the mainstream houses. But I'll get to all of them. It started so early this year. It seems like every single year, earlier and earlier they start. So now early September.
Yeah.
We're celebrating Halloween.
And it goes through November 2nd or some shit, like 2 days after Halloween.
I
mean,
don't know.
because I'm sure that wraps up the week. You know, it's probably like a Sunday or a Friday. Whenever they end it, it's probably the end of a week. So it probably makes sense on a calendar. But when you say runs through November 2nd, you're like, man, money grab.
I did.
Wrap that shit up on Halloween.
Yeah, well-
Which Halloween, I've heard, is one of the better nights to go to Halloween Horror Nights.
Yeah, no, it
Because
doesn't get
people
that
are
busy.
taking their kids trick or treating, or people at parties, or people are doing whatever they're doing that for whatever reason is not that. I would want to go on Halloween. Maybe that's something we can look into.
Yeah. Oh, and I actually ran into one of the friends of the show, Sean Seaman. I ran
Seaman.
into him.
That's
out
his full
there.
name.
Yeah.
It really is. It's,
No,
it's crazy.
Full honesty.
Shout out to Sean Seaman.
Sean Seaman. And as we take a sip,
Well, cheers to you, yilly yilly, sir.
yilly yilly.
But so
uh,
I saw you guys talking on Facebook about it. So you did run into him?
Yeah, and
Okay.
I'm gonna keep going back, and I don't know if anything crazy happens. I'll definitely let you know.
Okay.
But because it usually does, those people get way too turned at the end of the day. They are after midnight, they all turn into like gremlins or werewolves, and like just start to
And
go
they're all drunk?
crazy. Yeah,
Yeah, and they're probably all horny and shit.
It's like
And then you
zombies.
meet people for the first time, and some fucking ugly bitch shoves your face into her cleavage, and you're like, "Bitch, step off! I don't even like you. I hate you so much. I'm gonna write a diss track." But then that's neither here nor there.
No, yeah.
Happy Halloween.
I was enjoying like a lot of it because I wasn't even mad that like we were leaving early, like a little bit before that they would close, and because we were staying at a hotel right next
Fuck
to it.
time, aka fuck time.
No,
Fuck
we
room.
couldn't do that. We couldn't stop saying fuck time.
No? I'm bothering you because
It was-
you weren't able to.
It was a friend of
Oh,
ours
poor
hotel, and we our hotel room, and we got
How many people were in the room with you?
No,
One
just
other couple?
One other.
A couple?
Yeah, no, just one other person.
Oh, a guy or a girl?
No, we're not doing a girl. We're
what?
not doing this. We're
John.
not doing this.
Oh, buddy.
This isn't happening.
That's
This
fine.
isn't what we're doing.
Is that what was said in the hotel room that night? You poor bastard. Could have worked it into a three-way and you didn't. Yilly nothing,
Missed
sir.
opportunities.
Damn it.
A toast to missed opportunities.
Toast to that. We already cheers, but we'll cheers later.
Nah,
That's
yeah.
fucking terrible.
Take
Take that back, sir.
I do enjoy like staycations though. You know, it's like
Do you?
we didn't like get away, but we spent like 3 days just not at home in a hotel.
It was on Universal property, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are nice, from what I understand. I've seen pictures of like Cabana Bay. I've heard great things about Cabana Bay.
Yeah, and some people kind of shit on staycations because it's like you don't even go anywhere, but you kind of get separated.
Depending on where you're
from
at. When
your
you're in
environment.
Florida, yeah. When you're in Florida, there's so much shit to do. Like you can go to a resort on a theme park and fucking go to the theme
Yeah,
park
I
like
swear.
this guy did.
Yeah,
and then
like-
have a three-way in your room like this guy didn't.
The Animal Kingdom
Drop the
Lodge,
ball.
that like you feel like you are in.
Oh yeah,
like,
I've seen again. Another friend
like
has been
the
there. See, I don't
wilderness.
do any of this shit, but that one seems cool. The wilderness, like it's a cabin style. It looks like a fucking cabin in the middle of nowhere, but it's on Disney property.
and it's like okay, so it's 20 minutes away, but that doesn't mean that
So
it's not a getaway.
You're totally safe because you're on Disney property, except from gators.
You still will.
Those are always a danger.
I mean, Disney's still in Florida, and Florida
You're
has
right.
gators.
You're
It's-
right.
Do
So
the
then why
math.
are they suing Disney for that, bro?
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. There was even a sign.
There was even a sign.
Just saying.
They just know.
Can you tell
It's-
what side of that case I'm on?
People attack the money mongols like so much. If anybody has even a sliver, like the one person spilled coffee on them and sued McDonald's.
Yeah. Well,
for
do you know that whole story?
a little bit because supposedly it was like
There's a documentary.
over 100-degree temperature. The coffee
It was just under boiling. It was like 190. Boiling's 212.
Yo, see, okay.
It changed. It changed the federal regulation on how McDonald's can serve their coffee.
Yeah. Well, was it still like? And because I didn't see
The lady's crotch fused together, bro. Like her whole legs
Are
and
you
crotch
kidding
were
me?
like a blur of like melted flesh. It's not. It wasn't good, bro.
Oh,
that
dude.
lady deserved what she got. McDonald's deserved what they got. I should say.
Yeah.
McDonald's deserved what they got. But
Yeah.
I know everybody wrapped that whole story into, oh, Americans are just litigious. Everyone who wants to sue over spilling hot coffee on yourself. Well, that's the thing. If the coffee wasn't that hot, her whole crotch wouldn't have been melted. Like, you know,
I know,
she just
yeah.
would have had a simple a burn.
And it's like I don't think they had the warning sign like caution hot, but on the side of the cup.
No, and
back
now they
then.
do.
Yeah,
And they serve them with the sleeves, and they change the temp down to like 130 or some shit that they serve the coffee
but,
at.
But that's not to say that you won't have those people, because I've seen like the videos, they're out there of people like spilling a drink on
Oh,
the,
yeah.
and then purposefully
You can always
slipping.
look in like, yeah, if you search that, I feel like on YouTube, it's always like grocery stores. People like throw milk on the floor or water, and then just like, and
then they, like, twist their ankle.
Yep, and they just like back up and walk through that shit and whip, just like, they're like, wow, man, you could have a career as a pro soccer player.
You look like an idiot.
You're
is what
really
you do.
flopping, bro.
Yeah.
Like, damn.
And then they like,
And then it's all on camera.
Yeah.
That's the beauty part.
and then they show you the
The ref's
video.
like, VAR.
They're like,
We're throwing this case out, buddy.
They-
I saw you pour the Dawn on the floor before you walked backwards and walked back into it.
yeah. What do you even say if you're looking at yourself on a surveillance footage doing that dumb shit? Like, what would be your rebuttal? I slipped.
Yeah, what do you say,
You,
right?
you can't explain that.
No, you just put your head down and you fucking walk out.
You say, "Oh, you
You
got
walk
me."
right out of whatever store you're trying to scam.
You got me. I would just own it at that point. But I don't know. Either way, what else has been going on?
I went to a Pride match last night.
How was
and
that?
Over the weekend, I went to since the last show. Yeah, I think on the last Saturday, I went to a match. The last home match that
For the men's?
yeah, the men's had.
Okay,
the
so
men's,
one men's,
the
one-
men's had a game.
One men, one women.
Yeah, the Lions and the Pride. Yeah, and we all lost
No, of course.
because that's what happens. I decided last night sitting in the stadium, I figured it all out. It's an Orlando soccer curse. If you play soccer in Orlando professionally, the last year or two, you're going to be fucking cursed. You're going to do terribly.
Well, you just have to figure out what it is that exactly
Terribly.
lifts the curse. Because like
Right. What's going to break it?
Yeah, there was like that.
Maybe for the Pride, it's more than 30 people showing up. I don't know. Maybe that'll help.
oh, like some support. Yeah, that would help.
Dude, I took a picture of the wall. Anybody familiar with the wall there at the stadium? It's the supporter section where everyone stands and there's no seats and they wave flags and they throw water
Oh,
and they
they
go
play
fucking
music for
crazy. They play
90
drums. They
minutes.
have drum lines and giant flags and they put up the giant banners. It's fucking awesome. At the men's games, at the women's games last night, I swear there was literally 30 people. I sat across from it, looking dead on it across, and it was the smallest I had ever seen. The smallest crowd I had ever seen. I go to a lot of Pride matches, and it's sad every time, and it's getting worse. The upside is no lines.
And well,
You go right to the bathroom, get a hot dog, get a beer, and be right back to your seat to watch them lose.
I feel like loyalty for fan bases has slowly been going out the window. I don't know if it's a generational thing. I
It
don't know what it
and
is.
I sit here and
But-
I talk shit, but I remain loyal. I go to as many fucking games as I can. I'm going to miss the next home match. There's only 2 home matches left for the men. I believe only 1 for the women. But yeah, the men's last 2 home matches are this Saturday against the team they're battling. I talk all this shit. They're only 2 positions out of making playoffs. The top 6 teams, the top 7 teams go to the playoffs. We're in 9th place. So we actually play the team in 7th place Saturday.
Right
So
on
if
that
we
fringe.
beat the team in 7th place, that'll give us 3 points. We'll be closer to it. We're 5 points out. Long story short, we have to win all 4 fucking games. If we win all 4 games and hope that
It's a
other
long
things
shot.
happen in front of us, yeah, we can make it. But I mean, that's where we're at for the season.
I don't
We have
know,
2
yeah.
matches left. The last match is October, like first week of October. It's a Sunday. I'll definitely be at that one. That's going to wrap up the season.
See, and this is good because we had Coco on last week to tell us about sports, but the one thing he doesn't really know too much
I
about
know, and
is
I have
soccer.
this whole quiz I wrote out for him. It's
Oh,
fine.
yeah.
The questions still remain. Coco, fucking bone up on your soccer, bro.
Yeah, he'll be back in what is it?
3
now?
weeks.
3 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he'll be back, but so he doesn't know too much about soccer. So I'm glad that like you could be the one to fill that.
And see, I do know like a lot about football. Like overall, generally, I definitely get the game. I understand it fully. I enjoy it. I'll tell you what. Week 1 went and passed. I didn't see a fucking single down of football. I was busy at work. I was
That
at
breaks my heart.
does it? I don't care. If I see it, I see it. Like I don't go out of my way to see it anymore. Like I don't know. I've become such a football fan that football. I don't
Yeah,
know. Just
yeah.
doesn't do it for me anymore. But anyway, as I was saying, I know a lot more about right now traditional soccer because I'm following that, and that's what's got me right now. I've been a mega fan for years
and
now.
it's good that you went to the Pride game because I guess they're not getting a lot of support. And
They need it, man.
You see, okay, so this is my thing. It sucks when people stop supporting teams that they just like lose a little bit too often. They
Yeah.
want to gravitate towards the teams that are winning or or doing a lot better. Like I see New England or the Patriots.
Right.
Like for American football, they'll come out of the woodwork, just and
Oh,
and
they're
then
everywhere.
I ask them, are you from Boston or anywhere in Massachusetts in general? No, I'm from California.
Yeah, bandwagon fan.
What are you doing?
Bandwagon
supporting
fan.
the
Well,
Patriots?
if you don't have a team, I get just jumping on to a good one possibly, but I don't know. I feel like if you don't have a team and you live somewhere, either go for the team of where you're from or go for the team nearest the city or state that you're in. Maybe that makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know.
See, and the loyalty has been going out the window because people have been having shorter fuses for their anger towards their own teams that they support. People like and Philly fans, I'm a Philly fan through and through and people give our fan base shit for
They throw fucking snowballs at Santa Claus, bro.
They
they
were
probably
losing.
put batteries in those snowballs. So fucking yeah, we give your fans shit. They literally, I've said this before and it's true. When you're fucking any of your teams have a championship game, they pay city employees to go out around the city and grease the light poles because your asshole fans, win or lose, are
Win-
going
it
to
doesn't
climb them
matter.
and fuck shit up.
Yeah.
And that speaks to a city. I feel like no matter what happens, they're going to, and it's one thing if you just fuck shit up as an aside because there's 10,000 people in the streets, things are going to get fucked up. But when they're like flipping cars and lighting them on fire, I'm like, really? Like that seems like it's above and beyond. Like,
yeah. So somebody just said go Pats.
boo.
And,
See
no,
Dizzle, I see you in there.
See, I don't appreciate that. CD. Oh, he just won a contest.
Oh, is that CD? Is
I
that
think
CD?
so.
CD? Okay, I get it now. CD Izzle. I don't know if that's you.
And
Carl
I know
Allen.
and I know
I see you, bro.
I know he likes the Patriots.
That's right. He is a Pats fan.
So
Boo.
fuck that guy.
Fuck you. Fuck the Pats. We'll send your stupid bag out with a "fuck the Pats" tag inside of it next week, sir. Good job
Yeah.
on your caption contest on the Funny Informative Facebook page.
Yeah, he I guess the photo with me and my cat and my nipple showing was,
I chose him as the winner because he made reference to the vomiting in a bag. So I was like, oh, it brings it all together. He's making fun of John and his nakedness with his cat and puking in a bag at Sean Watson's house.
yeah,
So
it
all comes full circle. Good job, CD.
it's one of those things you can only see on the Funny Informatives. It's the Funny to Informing Facebook group.
Yep.
Literally just Google, or no, not Google, Facebook search. Don't do it in Google. Facebook search. Funny.
You could Google. It'll probably pull up a Facebook
yeah.
link, but you have to scroll through bullshit and ads. Who wants to do that?
Yeah, right. So yeah, but that's on Facebook. That's our group. And actually, speaking of our group page, you want to do the scoop on the
Yeah,
group?
do it if you got it.
Okay, because Bluegill was like,
Always Bluegill. He's king of scoop on the group.
He's the ambassador.
The gauntlet's been set, guys. If you guys want to, like, I don't know, be mentioned on the show and have us talk about what you guys shared in the group, share some shit in the group. He's always putting crazy stories in there. Which one are you talking about this time?
And this is why I said there was going to kind of be a twofer.
Okay.
Is earlier in the show I mentioned that we were going to do 2 scoops on the group because we didn't do one last week, and also 2 because they're kind of related to each other. Like the one I saw this week was somebody had parked their car in a shopping, like where you put
like
your
in a cart wrangler
yeah,
area.
where you put your carts, you
Yeah.
know, at the beginning of a grocery store. Somebody must have went through like the.
I feel like it's a Walmart because you know how Walmart a lot or these bigger box stores have like the garage door that opens up to like chest height so that the carts can roll right into there and they can line them up and put them in there for the shoppers
yeah,
to grab.
well, they're not always chest height. They're usually some of them
Oh
are
yeah,
taller.
maybe it's like full garage door. It must have been a full like open garage door.
I think that's how we got
because it
in.
was a small car, but it was like a smart car and it's parked. Fucking asshole parked it in there probably because it's cold or rainy or who knows what.
I don't know.
Or he wanted the closest parking spot, so he parked it in there, and I'm sure it was empty or almost empty of carts when he pulled it in there. But then the store got mad at him for it and fucking surrounded this little smart car with fucking shopping carts.
How long do you think it took him to get out of there? Like,
Oh, because you
to
got to start
remove-
pulling them from the back. Yeah, you got to
You
move
gotta get
all
them
the
all
carts
out.
from behind, right? And then
Yeah.
the store was probably like, okay, and then get out and fucking put all those carts back in a line, back in. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
We wrangled them
unless-
bitches
Unless, because you can also maybe like walk on top of the carts, get to the last one closest to your car, and then push the whole pile
with
back.
your car.
Not with your car. No.
Oh, I
no.
see what you're
Just,
saying. Just, but it's going to be heavy. But
Instead of
yeah,
one by one.
You're right. One
that
by
would be
one's
a
not the way to
nightmare.
go. One by, as you bring that up, you're absolutely right.
And maybe in fairness to him, like the way that those little, like where you put the carts at the front
The
of the
bay
stores,
door,
yeah, it's like a bay door, so it looks like you're going through
No.
a car wash or something.
No,
like,
he knew.
Yeah.
And that's why they were like, fuck this guy. We're trapping him with carts.
Maybe he thought he was special.
But you
I
can
don't-
see that photo on the group page. It's in there. It looks hilarious.
Yeah.
Shouts out to those assholes that fucking wrangled his car in there.
Yeah, Bluegill was the one that brought that to our attention, and then and kind of related to it was, and this is why this was last week's one, was the hurricane. During it,
Hurricane?
somebody
I don't have this up on it every time. Just know when John says hurricane, it means hurricane.
Yeah, I wonder if I'm saying the word of the word of the episode or not.
Possibly.
The buzzed word.
Possibly.
Possibly?
Possibly.
Okay. All right. But the other person parked their car because they were afraid it was going to get blown away in the hurricane or something. Another smart car.
Exactly. You're right. Okay,
Jeez.
that's the one you want to bring up.
And then they parked in, I think, like the
in
kitchen,
their house.
the kitchen or the
like
dining
the dining
area.
room of their house. And I'm
Huge.
like, how did you get it in there? Like they must have like some crazy sliding doors. I've seen like shit. My grandparents' house in Florida, when they, God rest their souls, but when they were alive and they retired down to Florida, they had a big back, like they called it a lanai. It's a fucking patio with a pool and shit because they were fancy. But
Lanai.
the doors would open up and it was like 4 glass doors lined up side by side, and you could start with one and then boom, 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 catch them all and roll all the doors back, and you have like a 3 wide glass door opening to just let the air come in and out. So I feel like this guy must have had that. That's the only way you're getting a car.
you know
Smart
what?
car, as small as it is, not coming through a door or a double door.
Yeah, one. I mean,
But his wife was pissed.
smart car is small. Like that would be the car that would be able to get in, though. You know what I mean? Like that's of all the cars.
Yeah.
It's like I know you can get your motorcycle inside the house or whatever.
Oh yeah,
but
yeah. That happens all the time. I've known people that live in an apartment, fucking drag their motorcycle to the second fucking story up the stairs, put it in their fucking living room, and then go to sleep.
I've
and then go
actually-
to work the next day, take their bike downstairs and shit. It's ridiculous.
I've wondered that a lot. Like when I'm in somebody's house or something, sometimes they have furniture that's like.
Has a car been in here? Is that an oil stain on the carpet or is that blood?
I'm just like, geez, there's a,
Transmission fluid.
I see.
It's not blood, senor.
They'll have like this their couch. Like they'll have like a big old couch on the second story.
Big old couch.
And it's all in one piece. And they'll have this narrow staircase. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
how did you get this upstairs?
Dude, I've finagled some crazy shit into some houses, some crazy ass ways.
I don't know.
It can be done. You just need the fortitude and the smarts
it
to
seems
figure
rough.
it out. It seems
okay.
terrible. Nah, I don't want everyone to do it again.
Because then once you get it in, you have to get it out.
yeah, one day it's got to come out.
Think about that.
Fucking knock the damn wall down. Cool, anti Kool-Aid man.
I just like.
Oh no!
It's like I'm not doing this again. Just knock down the wall.
out, right?
I'm done with this.
Just
shit.
like when Gilbert Grape's mom died. Just knock the wall down and fucking take her out because she's too fat. You can't fit her through anything. Nope, can't do that. Burn the house down. God damn it, Johnny Depp. You're a fucking savage.
I've seen them do that on My 600-Pound Life.
Yeah.
They've cut like the door frame and they're like, we got to get them to the hospital, but we got to cut them out of their
we got to
bedroom.
get them out of their house.
Then you like pull them
You're like-
off the bed and their shadow is like still on the bed and stuck. And you're
The
like,
shadow on the wall and the bed. It's not a shadow on the bed. It's a fucking imprint on the bed.
Yeah,
it's a
yeah,
divot.
that's there.
It's a human divot.
oh man, that's mean. Okay.
Speaking of human divots, I don't have a segue for
there's-
that, but I have plenty to talk about. Have you
can't-
watched anything new on TV lately?
I
We
just
talked about the Dave Chappelle new comedy special. Have you watched that yet?
No, and then
You
Bill
idiot.
Burr had just come out with his.
Bill Burr
new
just
one.
came out with Paper Tiger this week.
Which,
and
yeah.
I watched it, and I was like, I was on my phone when it was on at one point, so I had to keep rewinding it. So I feel like I watched it twice, and I don't feel like I wasted any time doing that. I fucking loved it.
Really?
Oh fuck, dude! It was Dave Chappelle on crack. It was if Dave Chappelle. It's like if Bill Burr and Dave Chappelle had a talk, and it's like if it was a tag team match, Dave Chappelle was like, You're in.
You're
and
in,
Bill
I'm
Burr
out.
took the fucking mic and was like, all right, everything he said times 1,000.
Jeez, I believe that too. That's what I really do have to check.
And he
these
goes in
out,
on
man.
everything too, you know, like, and a lot of it is himself. Like there's, oh man, I highly recommend it. If you're easily offended, watch it. If you like comedy, watch it. Yeah, for sure.
I don't know.
Those comedy specials are amazing.
See, well, and maybe now would be a good time for me to watch those. I just finished a series, House of Lies.
I'm running through that right now too. I got Adri hooked on that too.
I just finished that and like
So good.
and
Highly recommend.
Yeah, highly recommend.
What kind of
That's-
show is it? Is it like drama?
It's like drama but comedy, and it's one of those that like because it's very relatable to House of Cards, but it's amazing to me that this
But way
one,
better.
Yeah.
It's not political at all. So there's that.
Yeah.
Like that helps it, I feel like.
No, but like I mean, I guess it's like just the name House of.
No, I see
and
what you're
then,
saying, and the little asides to the camera.
Yeah,
that
they talk to the
main
camera.
character does. He doesn't do it all the time, but there is some of that, and it's really good. Highly recommend that. Old Showtime show from like 2012.
That's what I'm saying. It didn't,
Amazing show.
It didn't get advertised at all.
It
Really.
didn't. I watched it. I told you back then. I watched it like every week, and then at one point I lost Showtime, and it was the off season, and I was like, meh. I'll wait till the House of Lies comes back, and then I'll fucking get Showtime again.
Yeah.
And that's what I would do for about a year or 2 years to watch that shit because it's that fucking good.
I don't know. Did you say that you had something from like you said something about like the city art and that you had an issue with something in the city?
Well,
that,
it's funny you bring up Art. But now that you brought up Art, we'll go ahead and mention Art. He's a good guy. I love him.
Full name
Art as
Arthur.
in, Arthur. Sorry, no, but Art as in like whatever art. Personal art, in this case, physical art or visual art, more so to speak. But
Right.
yeah, now quickly,
guess.
I will just say that I guess we'll tease this next week. We're gonna have a first ever on our show. It's not a first for him. This guy does it all the time, but we interviewed him before. Jay Bauer,
Yeah.
Josh
Wow.
Bauer, local guy.
I kind of feel like crap. It took us this long to bring
It's
that
fine.
up.
It's fine. Amazing local artist. He's gonna be in here. We're gonna figure out how to configure all this shit and have him live painting. So you can watch him paint. I already know. We know the picture he's gonna paint. It's great.
Oh,
It's like something real. Like it's simple but also complicated. I feel like it's something he can bang out in the hour.
I think people are gonna like it.
And yeah, it'll be a really cool picture. And you can watch him paint it live right here in Woo Studios or whatever we're calling this. Woo. If you're watching, you see what I'm doing
And
there.
it's gonna be on Thursday at 7 on Funny to Informing Live. Where is
over
it?
your head.
It's over my
Anyway,
head.
Yeah, it's over your head. It's over your left shoulder.
No, this doesn't work for the people who listen on the podcast.
Yeah, no, I know.
They're
It's
like, what
all
the
visual
fuck
stuff. We're pretending
are
to be
they?
weathermen on the screen behind us. Florida's down here where the dick's at.
Yeah, don't give me a green screen.
New York's the tits. But
Yeah.
anyway.
If I get a green screen, it's gonna get so much worse.
So on the subject of art, yes, I did have something I wanted to bring up. And I wanted to bring it up because it's something I see every day at work. Where I work, we have right behind us a birthing center, like literally a place for women.
What? What?
Birthing center. Center for birthing.
Oh, birthing.
Birthing. Birthing
Center.
Birthing center.
Okay.
And right behind us is where that sits. So every day, as you go out the back door, when I go to work, I enter through the back door. I exit out the back door. Usually, we don't always use the front door as employees. It's also where people go to like smoke cigarettes, take breaks, whatever. So as I go to take a break, occasionally through the day, I definitely see this place all the time. And one day I noticed what I didn't even know what it was, but it has been now brought to my attention. I started asking around at work, like, what is that painting they're doing? It's a mural, and it was right before the storm, the hurricane, as John likes to call it.
Now I know what you're saying.
Just prior to that storm that came through, they started painting this mural on the wall, and they only got like a fifth of it done because they had to come back literally 4 other times to finish this godforsaken
so
monstrosity.
you kept track
up.
of this
Yeah, because I
as
would
it
see it
was-
every day at work.
Okay.
So, and I took some pictures kind of through the process, like the very beginning and then the middle, and then how today it was finished, what I think is finished. Boo. So, and it is not good, but it turns out what it was like, and I know you guys are going to know what I'm talking about, probably it's an angel wings or wings, to where it's a mural on a wall to where if you stand in front of it, it's a photo op.
I've seen that done before.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Most people have
Yeah.
seen this before. So I saw these wings, and they're hideous. And again, I will share all these pics on the Funny Informatives page on our Facebook group, so that you guys can see what I'm talking about and see and judge for yourself how terrible they are. I've put a couple on my Snapchat already, and people have already been coming back with. One person said it looks like they look like snake scales. Like they don't look good. I've gotten so many weird ass comments as to what they look like instead of wings, but. It made me immediately think of the first set of mural wings, angel wings in a mural where you're made to go stand in front of to get a photo taken of yourself to look like you have angel wings. The most popular one that comes to mind immediately for me is in DeLand, Florida. I used to live in DeLand, and I kept seeing, no offense, but mostly pics of like on Instagram girls standing in front of these things. It's a heavy like, oh, let's go get brunch in DeLand and then stand in front of the angel wings and post them on Instagram.
No
like,
offense taken.
Yeah, everybody's done it. I even went one Father's Day, but I took a picture holding my grandson because I was like, fuck it, I want to get a fucking picture in front of these angel wings. But yeah, so in DeLand is a super popular pair of these angel wings, and I thought, where did this where did it come from? Who came up with the idea? Is there a campaign behind it? Like, what's the deal with these wings? Like, why are there wings now here?
Well, it's probably
there's
more
wings
than-
in DeLand.
It's probably separate.
And I've seen other pictures of wings around Orlando, right, as murals on walls. So I did some Googling, some researching, and found out that there was something from 2012 that started in LA called the Global Angel Wings Project. And it was done by a local artist out in LA. Colette Miller is her name, and it's pretty hippie trippy here. It was created to, quote, remind humanity that we are the angels of this earth. Sounds like some mimosa brunch Instagram angel wing chick.
So
just saying, but
so that's like their mission.
that
or
was the
their
mission.
Intention.
So that
or
was her
what?
mission, and she's done these
Oh,
wings
man, okay.
all over the world, and you can literally go to her website, ColetteMiller.com, and see a full map of all these wings, and then you and your girl can go sip some doses and mimosas in front of them after brunch.
And I'm sure, some of the wings or most of them are beautiful.
I'll say this: the one in DeLand is really probably the best example. One of the best examples of it I've seen. They're just all white. They're not even color. They're on like a green garage door, and it's in an alley in DeLand. I know I say alley, so it sounds sketchy, but it's actually in something called Artisan Alley, which is kind of like a little vendor's walk-through alleyway in DeLand. It's a little cute part of downtown DeLand.
Yeah, well,
it's a cool thing to go see and participate in, but
Yeah.
I had to know where that came from.
you got to see the pictures of these crappy wings, though. It doesn't do it justice.
Again, check them out on Funny Informatives group page. I'm going to post them up after the show today. You guys can see them and judge for yourself.
Should we get on to the Did You Hears?
You want? Yeah, we can get into Digis.
Get into some news. We're going to tennis match it back and forth,
okay,
right?
we got 20 minutes. Let's knock this out.
Bing, bing, bing. Okay, so yeah, because we each have 3. Yeah, that's what you said you had.
Yes, sir.
Me too. Okay, so I will start. Did you
Get it.
hear? There was a Captain America that was arrested earlier in the week in Mississippi.
Mississippi.
Yeah, a 36-year-old
So wait, Captain
man.
America, they found him and they arrested him?
Yeah. Okay, so listen. The 36-year-old man, he was captured by a homeowner while he was attempting to burglarize their shed.
Burgle. You can say burgle.
Burglarize.
So you can say burgle. That really is a word.
Burgle?
Burgle. It sounds terrible.
That's, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, makes me want to.
Where do the Steelers play? Pittsburgh. Burgle.
I gurgle on that burgle. It's not.
Man.
Yes, he was trying to rob this guy or
That's a good
hit
one.
this guy's shed, and around 3 a.m. in the morning, and he got caught. He was arrested. It was in his Captain America suit. He looks terrible. He kind of looks like the guy from House, the lead.
He does. He looks like Hugh Laurie. Like, I'm British and I'm in Mississippi. This is hell.
Yeah.
Again, I can't do an English accent. Why do I try?
He looks like the most unhappy
He does look sad.
American
So
superhero.
So he was trying to fool people into thinking Captain America was burgling them.
Yeah, well, like the guy probably confronted him. He's like, "What are you doing?" He's
Wow.
like, "I'm saving the universe. Leave me alone."
The Winter Soldier is after me. I need a hot pocket.
Okay,
Just leave me alone.
What do you got?
I got a couple. Okay, first one. I'll get right into this one because this one is all about you, old Hanny.
Why? What do you mean?
It's not really all about you, but I would have brought this story up. It just so happens to have taken place in Philadelphia.
Ooh, okay.
But Philadelphia being mired in the controversy it's mired in with the police shooting just a couple weeks back that we talked about on our show.
Yeah,
and just
and-
Philly being always a shithole.
Somebody being accused that they got sniped. I think that was in Philly or
Are
in
you serious?
In Pennsylvania. Or
See,
something.
see
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Anyway,
Not the brightest bulbs in the chandeliers out there.
for sure. But so apparently that runs all the way up to the top of the food chain, in that the police commissioner Christine Coulter, probably related to Ann Coulter because they're both idiots.
I bet.
But
I bet you. Yeah.
but when I tell you what she's embroiled in, you'll probably be like, "Yep, Ann Coulter knockoff." But she's only the interim police chief or police commissioner. I don't know why. I guess they're in between commissioners. Maybe one died or went out in a blaze of controversy, because this is Philly and it's always sunny there. So
okay. Yeah.
but so the interim police commissioner Christine Coulter has come under fire for, and this is yet another thing, probably, and I'm sure it's not Twitter, but somebody dug into somewhere and found a picture of her in the 90s wearing a white T-shirt that on the left breast says, I want to get this right, LA police will treat you like a king. This was in the 90s, just after the Rodney King beating.
Wow.
So
Wow.
she's now
Okay.
being called to step down by city council member Cindy Bass. And probably a host of others by now. This story was from this morning.
Even if
I'm
she's-
sure if I were to update it now, it would be much more,
Dude,
probably much more going on
that-
there, and much more shit being stirred up with all this.
I think
But
he-
I've got there's another one. I've got that photo. They got the photo of her in the 90s with her stupid. She claims, I didn't know it was in reference to Rodney King, but it was in the middle 90s, like 2 years after Rodney King. And the
No,
shirt,
she knew what she. I
yeah,
think
she claims
knew.
I thought it was pro LA, saying LA cops are tops and they'll take good care of you.
She probably thought she was being funny at the time.
At the time,
and
right. Well,
yeah.
now she backsteps that and doesn't even have the balls to say, I was an idiot and made a mistake. She's totally discrediting the whole thing as, I had no idea what I was wearing. But yeah, so now they're dead. Not only was she not meant to be there for any real length of time anyway as an acting interim police commissioner, they're asking her to step down now and let somebody else take the reins.
You have to step down,
Yeah,
even if you stay in that position.
especially when
and-
it's a police commissioner, and the thing she's involved in is a police brutality case, famous police brutality case. So I have that photo. It's pretty funny. She's an idiot. Philly folks, what can I say? I'll post that on Funny Informatives as well.
Okay.
What do you got?
The next one.
Let me
did-
Venus Williams this back to you, sir.
Bring him back
Bring
over.
it back. Waka, waka.
Bring him back over here. Okay, did you hear?
No.
There was a
Maybe.
man honored in the White House by Donald Trump and his administration and everything because of his heroic actions, and I say that in air quotes right now, his heroic actions in the El Paso shooting. And it turns out that he may have lied. Because you know how we were talking earlier about people spilling shit and then slipping
Yeah,
on it on
yeah, yeah.
purpose? So there's footage, there's surveillance footage. He said his initial account was that he was throwing, I don't know what specifically, but he was just throwing objects at the shooter to take the attention off of whoever he was targeting and put the target on his own back.
Okay.
This hero, this
Quote unquote hero.
50-year-old man, Chris Grant. And so he was saying he was throwing objects and he was distracting the shooter and trying to divert the attention away. And so
It's like, I'm hiding in aisle 3 and I'm throwing a ball over the racks to aisle 5 and I'm throwing him off my fucking what? Come on! And what's he doing? He's hiding in a bag of dog food, isn't he? Out in the fucking garden section.
can of peas coming at you.
Yep.
So
Sporting Goods. I found the lawn darts. Take this guy out.
so that's the story that he was sticking with, and I guess through surveillance footage,
Of course.
he
was really in the back putting Dawn on the floor and slipping in it, trying to be like, Sue Walmart, if I live through this.
picking up a child and using them as a body shield, and it's like, oh, okay, you're actually the opposite. Well, I don't know if it was the opposite or not. That was a joke, but it's like supposedly the surveillance footage contradicts what he said exactly happened, and now he is being questioned and may go on like he got arrested and now he might be charged. I don't know for what exactly.
Yeah.
Like
Fake heroism.
fake.
That's a thing, right?
I don't know if what that
One
would be
step
chalked
up from
to.
burgling.
You, yeah.
Probably. My law degree is
Burgle,
not
burgle.
good, but
Don't burgle, guys. Come on.
No,
Nobody
please don't
likes
burgle.
that. Yeah, but so I don't know what the charge would be exactly, but he got arrested and is being questioned for, I guess just for lying in general.
For lying. You're charged with lying, sir.
you're a
What is
piece-
this, fucking Canada?
Yeah, 3 counts of being
Anyway,
a piece
Canada's
of shit.
great. I love you guys. I got a story. You want to serve the ball back to me?
Of a man named Brady. Yeah, let me
You
send it.
son of
Here
a
you
bitch. Oh no, I lost my story.
Oh, you
Just kidding,
lost
it's
it.
right here.
Oh,
Sunday. This Sunday. Actually, that makes it sound like it's cool, but it wasn't cool. Kevin Hart was involved in a really bad crash.
Ooh.
You told me you didn't hear about this? Did you
No,
hear?
no.
Kevin Hart car crash?
I did not. When you said Sunday, I
So
was
apparently-
craving ice cream.
He turned 40 in July. He lives in California. He turned 40 in July. He bought himself a really fucking badass car. If I remember, I'll grab a picture of his car off the internet because it's fucking super sweet. It's this 1970 Plymouth Barracuda,
Ooh, okay.
which was
all
a
right.
big ass like old school monster horsepower car.
All right,
which,
I see
he's
you.
Kevin Hart. Yeah, he's Kevin Hart. So,
Which are all of your Did You Hears Philly themed?
oh, is he Philly guy?
Kevin Hart's from Philly.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you know,
okay. Well,
man.
yes, they are
All right.
in that case.
All right.
The best thing to come out of Philly, probably. But so he got in a really bad wreck. He bought himself the 70 Barracuda. It's a fucking badass car. Like he's got wheels and a paint job, and it's fucking like really pretty blue color, super nice car. The guy's rich. I'm sure he did it
a lot of
all up,
money
inside and
yeah,
out.
That's
Right.
for sure.
Well, apparently he was in the car with 2 other people, a woman. He's married, so obviously nobody thinks anything. They think it was just friends. And another man was driving. Kevin wasn't driving. And they were on this section of
His
road.
foot can't reach the pedal.
Probably not.
That's what it is.
He has a driver. But the accident was actually pretty bad. They were driving this section of strip in California called the Mulholland Freeway, and I've been on this because there's a movie actually called Mulholland Drive. And this stretch of road is famous. It winds through the mountains in Malibu.
On, like,
up
the side of the mountains?
In northern LA. Yeah, it's like cliff roads and shit.
Is it so it's notoriously dangerous?
Well,
I'm
it's
assuming.
dangerous, yeah, but I mean, a lot of people like to drive it because it's challenging. It's a lot of curves and switchbacks and change in elevation. So a lot of motorcycles like to ride it. A lot of muscle cars or powerful cars or sports cars like to drive on it because it's challenging and it's fun to drive. I have no idea. I have no idea. Yeah, there's
that
a
is
picture of it
sweet.
there. It's
yeah,
very
there's
pretty.
a picture of it. Wow.
But yeah, so isn't
Oh,
it
and
awesome?
that's with Kevin Hart standing next to
Yep,
it.
that's
yeah.
him. He
so
bought
that's
himself
his.
that in July for his 40th birthday.
Yeah, I don't know
And,
what that's going to look like if I.
Oh, and
hold
that's
it up.
and that's it before and after. Yeah, if you guys can see that on screen, it's not good. But Kevin Hart, I guess.
Wow.
Kevin Hart, the woman in the car, the roof was completely crushed. The roof was completely crushed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's caved in completely.
Yeah, you guys are. If you're looking, you can see it on the live feed right now. But yeah, the roof was completely crushed. The woman apparently walked away and was okay. Kevin was outside of the car after the wreck. I guess somebody who lived near there heard the wreck and came out and saw him and called the 911 and said they think it's Kevin Hart and he's walking around. They asked him, was he okay? And he said, yeah, I think so. Turns out his back was broken in 3 places.
And he was walking.
And he was outside of the car. I don't know if he was sitting or walking or what.
That's adrenaline
But
right there.
yeah, for sure. Well, and then he went home. He didn't even go to the hospital. There was some controversy about this because people were saying, "Oh, is it a scam? Was he drunk?" And that's why he didn't go to the hospital till the next day, so they couldn't take his blood.
Was he drunk?
He wasn't even driving. Exactly.
Jinx.
For one, he wasn't driving.
Freaking
the guy
jinx.
who was driving, jinx. Fuck.
I win. I
You
won
win that one.
I
Damn.
had to.
All right. So it's 1,001.
So, like,
to
4.
4. The woman walked away. The guy who was driving is in pretty bad shape as well. But they say they did the testing and he didn't seem to be under the influence either. But that doesn't mean
There
that
you
maybe
go.
he wasn't driving a little too recklessly. I don't know. That's all still to come out. And they said Kevin Hart is making a recovery. He'll be back.
That's good. I mean, the best thing you can do in a car
I'll be
accident.
back. He was quoted as saying.
The best thing you could do in a car accident is be able to walk away from it. So
You're right.
I'm glad he. And I like Kevin Hart, not just because he's from Philly.
Hey, we
but-
talked about comedy and comedians and comedy specials. He had one last year that was really good. I mean, he does these mega things now where
Oh, yeah.
comedy specials sell out the whole fucking
It's Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, Madison Square
and-
Garden, like it's sports venues, and he sells it out. And it's people all around him. It was one of those, but he's funny. I really like Kevin Hart. He's a really funny guy.
He okay. So the next one, did you hear? There was an obituary, I guess, that's kind of making the news. The family was responsible for doing the obituary, and they really had a sense of humor about it. And I guess that is what the guy who passed away would have wanted. was a humorous. Supposedly he was a huge jokester. And
Okay.
So they made this like long obituary of him, and they said
Like a comedic obituary.
yeah. It was, and he died, and he was 82 years old.
Okay. I got that because of the obit.
Spoiler alert: he died. Yeah, but yeah. So
Let's just get to the end here
so what like
of his life.
some of this.
He would have wanted that, guys.
I think he would have. I think he would have liked that joke. Yeah. But they say okay. So his name is Joe. They say Joe was a frequent shopper at the dump, and he left his family with a house full of crap, 300 pounds of birdseed, and a dead house plants that they have no idea what to do with. So obviously they're like easing into like their sense of humor or whatever.
Absolutely.
They said Joe was also a consummate napper. There wasn't a road, restaurant, or friend's house in Essex that he didn't fall asleep on or in. There wasn't an occasion too formal or an event too door that Joe didn't interrupt with his apnea and voluminous snoring. So I guess he snored a lot.
Okay.
But so they're ragging on him
Yeah,
a
so
little
they're kind of
bit.
they're just poking fun at him,
So
but also giving love.
It seems like a roast.
I've heard of these
obituary.
before. I've heard a couple of these before. Yeah, they're kind of roasting him in jest. What they're also like saying. I mean, I'm sure the guy did love naps. He was 89 or whatever, right? So yeah, look, I'm fucking 38. I like naps. You know what I mean? Like, so they're telling truths about him, but they're kind of poking fun throughout.
Yeah.
So yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. I get that. I've heard of these stories before, and I approve of them 100% every time. And I feel like, damn, I wish I would have met that guy. He sounds like a funny old man.
Yeah, it was funny because, like how sometimes people need some donations to bury their loved one, or
Right.
what, so and that's kind of the situation that they were in. But the reason that they had
Because he spent all their money at the dump.
no.
Stupid old man. Just kidding.
They said,
Rest in peace, sir.
They said we were asking for a donation so that we can cover the cost of this exceedingly long obituary.
I heard those are expensive. I've heard they are expensive.
Oh, yeah, it was-
especially with ad space being as not sold as it is now. It's kind of on the, you know what I mean? There's no real classifieds anymore. They're all online. So
Right.
yeah. So I heard it cost even more now to run an obit than it did probably in the 80s
And
or 90s.
I think I read that his was 1,400 words.
so it was lengthy. Wow.
It was probably like going straight down the side of one of the in the column.
I did read a consummate napper. It says here, and he was from it was Connecticut. So anyway, but yeah, I did read one of the things was that the family like asked everyone to pull a prank, a harmless prank. The family requested friends celebrate his life by pulling a harmless prank. So it sounds like this guy Joe was a joker.
Yeah,
Joe the
yeah.
Joker.
Joe the
Rest in
Joker.
peace.
Yeah, 82 years old.
We love you over here at Funny to Informing.
Yeah, if I
you know
can-
why? Because we like not only drama, we like
News, humor. What am I supposed to be saying?
Comedy.
Comedy.
the buzzword for today's show was comedy.
Really?
It was.
Did I say it?
We said it a couple times.
Oh,
I
yeah.
tried to goad you into it as many times as possible. I did walk you down the plank once perfectly. I said, "Is it a drama?" And you were like, "Yeah, but it's also a comedy." And I was like,
Oh,
"Exactly."
crap. That's what I thought. I'd say a part of me was thinking that the word was quasibly.
Quasibly, I did say, but you don't say that.
I don't say
Right.
that,
No,
so I was-
I can't give you dumb shit I say because
and
that's what I say.
And then you were like quasibly, and you
yeah, I
looked
just
at me
kept
and
saying
I was like,
quasibly.
I was like, yeah,
because
and you're
I
like,
didn't want to give it
quasibly.
away. I didn't want to give it away.
That's what I thought it was, but
But did you hear? Archaeologists recently discovered never before heard Hitler audio interviews from Al Jazeera. Did you hear that?
No, I didn't.
Apparently,
What
he was as stupid as he was racist and xenophobic. When asked on a scale from 1 to 10, your hate for Americans is clearly a 10, right? He responded, 9, 11. Never forget.
Wow. Oh, that's brilliant.
Okay, I'm glad that one
Brilliant.
worked.
You're
I'm getting better, guys.
You're
I'm getting better.
Those ending
Because that
did you
story
hears,
wasn't true at all.
They are.
Al Jazeera interviewed fucking Hitler? Somebody shut that down now.
Yeah. And audio,
Go back in time. Quantum Leap. Back to that, Scott Bakula.
You're getting really good at the ending. The did you hears?
Told you I wrote
love
a
it.
special one because of this week.
Love it. Love it.
9/11, never forget.
Yeah, never forget for sure. And I think it's about time we get on.
Yeah, we're
out
pretty
of
much
here.
going to wrap up. I do want to real quick right here at the end. I'm going to introduce a new little segment.
Okay.
It's called Pizza's Picks.
Pizza's Picks.
It's not going to be every week, but it's just it's to add a little local flair.
So what does that mean?
It's like, what do I like? Where do I like to go? We like to talk about the local flavor and stuff.
You're talking about like eatery in town or
Eats,
anything?
bars, whatever.
Okay.
In
all
this
right.
case, it's an entire district. It's the Mills 50 district.
Mills 50 has got
You're
some
familiar
great
with Mills
stuff.
50. They're full of great places. Obviously, Wally's. We're super familiar with Wally's. They love us. We love them. It's not
Yeah.
just because of Wally's that I recommend the Mills 50 district. I put a whole list down. Taco China's right across the street. Dude, the other night I went to Taco China. I ordered to-go food. I walked across the street to Wally's, had a drink while I waited on my to-go food, walked back across the street, picked my food up from Taco China, went home and ate it. It was fucking beautiful.
Is the perfect
But
plan.
down the street from that, you've got Guest House, one of the fancier, like if you want a really good cocktail, Guest House. Right next to that, even fancier and better drinks. Served by our friend Melissa, Josh Pinkman's current wife.
Oh, Pinkman. Oh.
Sunroom. Yeah, Pinkman's a terrible guy. His wife, lovely lady.
Yeah.
She puts up with them. I don't know how.
I
But yeah,
hate
she works at a
Pinkman
place
so
called
much.
Sunroom. Really nice cocktails. I had a couple a few
I've
weeks
heard of
back.
Sunroom, yeah,
I really
yeah.
liked it.
But are these places expensive? That's what it is.
Okay,
That's
well,
what it comes down to.
Wally's super affordable. Taco China, super affordable also. Taco China's like a fusion, like Asian, Spanish type food. It's
Okay, yeah.
it's great how they mix it. Guest House and Sunroom are a little on the more pricey side, but it's really top notch liquors and ingredients mixed really well and super fancy, like local only stuff that they're only going to have there. Special drinks,
See, I didn't think
specialty cocktails.
I don't know the Mills 50 district the way I thought I knew it.
Okay.
I've some of these places I've not even heard of.
Well,
and
that's
you know,
why. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
Pizza's Picks. I'll learn you as I learn everyone else.
Yeah.
But right down at the edge of Mills 50, right along 50 and Mills, is one of my favorite spots. King Bao. Great Bao. If anybody knows of Bao, it's great. John has no clue. He's probably
Nope,
never had
it's
one.
going right over the old head.
They just opened a new spot right next to King Bao called Tori Tori. It's a Japanese bar. So they do some like small plates, but they also do Japanese themed drinks. It just opened. I haven't been yet. I'll give you my review
I like
after
me
I go.
some sake every once in a while.
Sake it to me. I'm with that. And Bruno, Pizza Bruno is opening his new spot really soon, right there along that strip. It's going to be called Slice by Bruno, and it's big pizza slices.
Oh, I
Bruno's
like
really
that.
blowing up all over. So,
Yeah.
and then you've got, I mean, obviously you've got your stalwarts like Little Indies and fucking what's the Will's Pub. I was like, what's the music venue right there? Will's
Oh,
Pub.
yeah, Will's
Those
Pub's
have been
been
there
there for a
forever.
while.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So, I highly recommend if you're looking for something to go do, go park your car along Mills right there, or along even along Virginia, because you got 1010 right there, right around the corner from Hideaway. John and my
Yeah.
favorite spots.
Oh, yeah.
Everything's down there. Yeah, you guys can
Love
have a
it.
great time.
What do you say we go to Wally's as we
Let's
we,
do
we
it.
get out
We're
of here?
going to the Mills 50 now.
We're gonna we're
Meet
gonna
us
go to
over there if you're
Wally's.
watching live.
Yeah, it was a great
Pizza's Picks, first ever. You like that? There's the thing.
I like that. We'll see what you come up with next week and see how
right.
good you can make it.
Don't pressure me to write a joke. That was really hard.
No. Oh no. The Did You Hear was fantastic. I was talking
Okay.
about the pizza pick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Yeah.
It could go either
Oh,
way.
that's fine. I know plenty of spots. I'll just,
could-
even if I don't have something written down, I'll be like, "Woo, this place."
Yeah, it could be good. You could call, or you fall on
If
your
you'd like
fucking
to
face.
sponsor Pizza's Picks, hit me up at funny2informing@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in to FTI Live 105.
FTI
Don't
Live
take no
Five-
jive.
Yeah,
I don't know.
no.
We're gurgle on my burgle. That's
And
what we're
we
gonna call
high
it.
five.
Fuck.
Oh man, you can't rhyme 5 with 5.
No, get out. Who are you,
Oh,
Little
no.
Wayne?
I'm Arnold
You rhyme
Schwarzenegger.
you write N-word,
Trying to
N-word
rap.
with the N-word? Get out. You're fired.
Okay. We hope you guys enjoy listening as much as we enjoy chatting and shooting the shit. We are on the Twitch and YouTube with the Amplified Network on Thursdays at 7:00. Just search Amplified Network in one of those apps.
Podcast on all your podcast catchers every Friday.
Yeah, we hope you guys enjoy listening as much as we enjoy chatting and shooting the shit. I know I already said that. We hope you laugh with us or at us. And
Tip your pizza maker. See you next week.
yep.
Welcome. We thank you for listening with us today. We ask that you please stow away and secure all important items. There are no emergency exits. So just sit back, relax, fasten your earbuds, and enjoy.
Coming to you from sunny Orlando, Florida, this is Funny to Informing.
Welcome. We thank you for listening with us today. We ask that you please stow away and secure all important items. There are no emergency exits. So, just sit back, relax, fasten your earbuds, and enjoy.
Coming to you from sunny Orlando, Florida, this is Funny to Informing.
Welcome. We thank you for listening with us today. We ask that you please stow away and secure all important items. There are no emergency exits. So, just sit back, relax, fasten your earbuds, and enjoy.
Coming to you from sunny Orlando, Florida, this is Funny to Informing.
Welcome. We thank you for listening with us today. We ask that you please stow away and secure all important items. There are no emergency exits. So, just sit back, relax, fasten your earbuds, and enjoy.
Coming to you from sunny Orlando, Florida, this is Funny to Informing.